What's going on, vinyl community? Christian front to back vinyl. Back with kind of a thread. I'm not sure. This is for Chris Profi. He did a video about 67, the sixth and seventh album from a band's discography, saying that 67 is a term that's used these days. So I looked it up on the internet, and it says it's internet slang. A nonsensical meme 67 is a viral slang term used by Generation Alpha that has no single meaning and is often used to be nonsensical and absurd. Its origins originated from a song by rapper Skrilla, if I'm saying that right, called Doot Doot 67 and gained popularity through viral clips on TikTok and Instagram. Um, Group identity, it can be served as an in-group joke to show a sense of belonging to a generation. Okay, whatever that is. I feel really old because I've heard the term 67 on social media. Anyway, Chris showed a bunch of bands and showed their sixth and seventh albums from their discography. So I thought I would do it because I haven't seen anyone else do it. So I figured it'd be fun to do. Anyway, everyone knows I'm a big Beatles fan, as you can see. I'm doing a Beatles related 67. So I'm going to be doing each album, sixth and seventh album from the Beatles and solo Beatles. So the sixth album by the Beatles is, of course, Rubber Soul. Arguably one of their best albums. Great Norwegian Wood, one of the greatest songs in the world. I learned how to play that on guitar. Nowhere Man, Michelle, Girl, In My Life. I don't know if anyone heard the Beatles release the take one of In My Life. It's really beautiful. So I'm really hoping they do a super deluxe version of Rubber Soul. Everyone's been screaming for it, but If I Needed Someone by George on the 12-string guitar, which I tell you inspired Roger McGuinn to really pick up on that jangly Rickenbacker sound. So Rubber Soul's my first record, and the Beatles' seventh album is Revolver. I'm going by the British catalog, by the way. The U.S. one was all different than the British one, obviously. So anyway, this one incredible. This album is 3 George Harrison songs, which I love. It's got Taxman, Love You Too, and I Want to Tell You by George. Of course, this has Eleanor Rigby, and Your Bird Can Sing Here, There, and Everywhere. Dr. Robert, Tomorrow Never Knows, uh, super psychedelic backwards tape loops, Got to Get You Into My Life. Um, yeah, Beatles Revolver is sixth and seventh. Okay, now I'm going John Lennon. Just so you know, in his discography, he did do 3 albums. His first 3 solo albums were his unfinished music records before he did Plastic Ono Band. So there's the 2 Virgins, then uh, Unfinished Music #2, Life with the Lions, and then the Wedding album. So I'm already counting those as 3. So anyway, album #6 would be this one, Sometime New York City. Um, Not his best work, but a very political record. Very cool. This includes a second disc that includes some live material with Frank Zappa. Um, and then there's the Lyceum Theater. Let me show. This is with Frank Zappa, and then there's the Christmas show at the Lyceum Theater, which has him doing Cold Turkey, which is really, I love that live version. So yeah, this is really cool. It looks like a newspaper. Um, Reminds me of Jethro Tull. What is it? Thick as a Brick. That's got the newspaper cover. I think it's early. Maybe I'm wrong, but anyway, it's got some good stuff on it. Luck of the Irish, John Sinclair, Sunday, Bloody Sunday. I like that one a lot. Attica State, New York City, great rocker. So yeah, number 6 with John Lennon. Oh, I want to show you the label. This has the John turning into Yoko, super transitioning to Yoko on the label. It's very cool. And of course, that makes number 7, John Lennon Mind Games, which got a super deluxe like a year or two ago. Um, Definitely better than Sometime in New York City because this is pretty much John Lennon. Of course, the song Mind Games, Intuition, Only People, Tight as a Simison, I'm Sorry, Meat City. Yeah, good record. I really love the cover design. It's very cool. And the inner sleeve has lyrics and such. Okay, now we go with Paul McCartney. This one I got recently and I haven't opened it yet, but his 6th album would be Venus and Mars. I'm including from the beginning, from the McCartney album, the McCartney, Ram, Wildlife. Anyway, Venus and Mars. This is the half-speed mastering. I've got numerous copies of this already. I haven't cracked this one open yet, but I do collect all the McCartney um, half-speed masters. But this is a killer album. This comes with like 2 posters and a couple of stickers, and really cool. This is probably my favorite Wings album. It's just such a great band album because it's got Jimmy McCulloch doing Medicine Jar, which is incredible, and Spirits of Ancient Egypt by Denny. I think Paul wrote that song, but Venus and Mars Rock Show, Listen What the Man Said, Treat Her Gently, Letting Go. Such a great album. So that's Paul's 6th album. His 7th album would be Wings at the Speed of Sound. I bought this. I think it's I don't know if it's promo or a cutout, but still in the shrink with this really cool promotional hype sticker, JC, with the Wings logo. Really cool. And this one is truly a band album because everybody in the band gets to sing. Even Linda and Cook of the House. Joe English does Must Do Something About It, which Paul McCartney wrote. And Jimmy McCulloch doing Wino Junko. And of course, Paul. It's Silly Love Songs, Let 'Em In. Oh yeah, Time to Hide by Denny. Incredible. I love that song by him. Warm and Beautiful, which is one of the most beautiful love songs. So good. She's My Baby, Beware My Love. Yeah, very cool. And comes with this custom Wings at the Speed of Sound label. All right, now we get to George Harrison, his 6th album. Again, with George, I'm including Wonderwall music and electronic sound. So that's part of his catalog. So going in order, this is his 6th this is his 6th album as a solo artist. Extra Texture, read all about it. Of course, you can see this is a Japanese pressing with the obi strip. It's got the die cut cover. Don't really want to take it out because it's very delicate pulling it in and out of there. I don't want to destroy the cover. But this album really gives off fall vibes to me. It's very mellow and definitely has some like R&B flavor to it. The single was "You," which was originally recorded during the All Things Must Pass sessions. And I think he wrote it originally for Ronnie Spector, but she never recorded it. So George did, and it was a pretty big single for him. This one has answers at the end. This guitar can't keep from crying. Ooh, baby, you know I love you. That's a tribute to Smokey Robinson. World of Stone, Can't Stop Thinking About You, Tired of Midnight Blue, Gray Sky, Gray Cloudy Lies, and His Name is Legs. It's uh, it's an album that a lot of people don't like, but I like it. You know, it's one of those albums when I'm in the mood, or if it's it's definitely a good listen. And here's what the vinyl looks like. This was the last album, the last official album on the Apple label before it dissolved. And as a joke, he put like an all chewed up apple core, like you know the apples disintegrated into a core. So, but yeah, that was officially the last album on Apple. And then the seventh album would be 33 and a Third, which is kind of a comeback for him. It's got this again. I want to show my Japanese pressing. It's got the obi strip. Love this album. This is definitely a more commercial, upbeat record. Uh, Very cool. This one has the hit "This Song," which is sort of a an answer to the you know the plagiarism charges that he had for "My Sweet Lord." He's So Fine lawsuit. And then there's Crackerbox Palace, which was a single. Great music video for both of those songs, by the way. George was on Saturday Night Live in '76 with Paul Simon doing "Here Comes the Sun" and "Homeward Bound," and I watched that when it was happening live, and I even recorded it. I took my little portable cassette deck and put it up to the TV, so I had the audio. And I think that was the rumor that John and Paul were together at the Dakota building and they were almost going to come down to the studio. So they have almost a Beatles reunion. Well, great album though. Woman Don't You Cry for Me is great. There's a great acoustic, not acoustic demo, but there's like a demo version of that song that's on that early takes volume 1. Um, if you're a George fan, you know what I'm talking about. Dear One, which is kind of a love song to God, and it could also be translated his love for his wife or woman. Um, Pure Smoky, another song for Smokey Robinson. Learning How to Love You, one of his most beautiful love songs. Really great record. And it's the first album that George put out on his own Dark Horse label, which is now flourishing as a label. Um, Joe Strummer's on there, Billy Idol's on there. I think Leon Russell's on there now. Anyway, and the last, Ringo Starr. His sixth album would be Ringo the Fourth. This came out in 1976, I want to say. No, 77. This is like a radio station promotional copy with the timing strip thing on the bottom. Promotional, yeah, it says promotional copy. Not one of his better moments, but Drowning in the Sea of Love was a single, very disco-y. Wings, I think that was a single too. He re-recorded it. One of his albums in the last 10 years. I forget the name of, I mean, the record. Can't She Do It Like She Dances? I love that song. Sneaking Sally Through the Alley. That's a great song. It was Robert Palmer's first album called Sneaking Sally from the Alley. So a really great version of that song. Um, yeah, some of the stuff's kind of hokey, but still a cool album. I have a great promotional stand up for this. It's like three dimensional, like the sword just standing out. One of these days, I got to show my Ringo, my my Beatles and solo counter display stuff. But I do have one for Ringo the Fourth, and of course, it's on the Atlantic label. And the last record I'm going to be showing today is Ringo Starr's seventh studio album. That would be Ringo Bad Boy Star. A lot of people call it that. Bad Boy. It's called Bad Boy. I was thinking, oh, is he redoing the Larry Williams song that the Beatles did? But it's actually a different song altogether. Um, this is a promotional copy. Oops. White label promo, baby. Very cool. This album gets a lot of flack. I actually like this record. Um, he put out a TV special at the time, Ringo Starr TV special with John Ritter, Art Carney, Carrie Fisher. Vincent Price was in there too. But I think a few of these songs were in the special. Who Needs a Heart? Um, Heart on My Sleeve is one of the great songs off this record. Hard Times, A Man Like Me, which is originally from his Scouse the Mouse um, animated uh, album, if anyone knows about that. Originally it was called A Mouse Like Me. I still don't have that record. It's the one album I don't have of Ringo's, but Scouse the Mouse. It has a bunch of Ringo stuff. And Tonight, sung Tonight, there was a music video for that one. Where Did I Love Go? He does a version of the Supreme song. And, it's kind of a hokey album. A lot of people think it's one of his worst, but I don't know. At the time when this came out, I was totally into the TV special and played this to death. And I love that cover too. Ringo with the rings on his fingers. He kind of stopped wearing that many rings, I think, you know, especially more recently. But Ringo's put out so much stuff on vinyl. He's like nonstop workaholic since he got sober. Anyway, love Ringo Starr. And again, white label promo on the Portrait label. Very cool. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. I get excited when I show Beatle records because, I love the Beatles and I love their solo work, good and bad. Um, what can I say? Anyway, I will put a link to Chris Prophy's 6-7 video below. I haven't seen anyone else do a video for this, so maybe it can turn into a thread or something. But yeah, I just thought I would do Beatles today because I'm in a Beatles mood. Anyway, everyone have a great rest of your weekend. Be safe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.